Hey, welcome to my channel. It's been a while, had a little life going on, but I'm back in the saddle to give you guys a reading. So we're gonna start with your overall energy with the Zen Osho Tarot. Just see what the energy is and then get into some tarot. I hope you're doing well. My spirit, tell us, what do you have for us for overall energy? What is it that we need to know? Aloneness. Aloneness that feels like the Hermit card. But I'm hearing it's not going to be always during this time of what feels like aloneness, because you're never alone. Spirit is always with you. During that time, that introspection reveals who you are. It reveals what you're made of. It reveals what you're capable of. Things come to the surface that maybe you have pushed down. I see covering up with going out, hanging out, drinking, or just whatever. When the rubber meets the road, so to speak, doing that alone time. When life quiets down, when life slows down, those thoughts in our head that we have to deal with. I feel like that's who we find out who we really are and what we're made of. Those things, it is what needs to be addressed. Also during the pre-shuffle, the Magician card kept coming out. It could be doing this a long time and showing you what you need to manifest. We have an idea of what we want, what we desire on our wish list, so to speak. But when we do the work and really go within, I feel like what surfaces to the top is the things that Spirit wants us to deal with immediately. And by dealing with those things immediately, it gets it out. It's just almost like when they burn silver, you know, that dross or that debris, whatever the word you want to use, comes up to the top and they scrape that off. That's what happens during that alone time, meditation, that quiet time. Then with a clear mind and with things no longer hindering you, you can truly manifest what you desire. That's when true healing can begin, when you allow those things to surface and deal with it. So alone time isn't a bad thing. It may feel like it, but when I first pulled the card, I did hear it won't last always. And I feel like we go through seasons of it, and it's for a purpose. It's for a purpose, and it's for you to elevate. All right, let's pull some tarot. All right, Spirit, what do you have for us? What is it we need to know? Look at that, the Hermit card. What did we just say? Okay. I'm hearing God's trying to tell you something. I think that's like an old Baptist song or old Christian song. I think God is trying to tell you something. You know, you got two of those. That's back to back, the overall energy, the first card out. So if you were saying, no, this probably wasn't for me, this may be a reading, I would just keep listening and just see what Spirit has to say. It could absolutely be for you. So the steps is what's sticking out on this card. You know, there's levels to this. There's steps to ascension. You know, you've heard the term, and I don't like the term new level, new devils. I don't like that term. But I do feel like when you do reach a new level, there are things that need to be addressed. And those things being addressed is only going to come from introspection. It's only going to come from spending time to yourself, with yourself. And it's steps to this. It's not like you go from 0 to 200. I guess that's what a Ferrari does in like 60 seconds. You know, it's not like that. You know, it's an ascension. You know, as you rise to the next step. You rise to the next step, to the next step, until you get what you need to learn. Okay, let's keep going. 6 of Cups. And I feel like that just also just speaks to nostalgia, things in the past, things that have been hidden that needs to come to the forefront. I'm hearing things of yesteryear. Could be some things that you didn't want to face because it was hurtful and because it was painful. So I feel like you may even feel like you keep going through the same cycle over and over and over. The Ace of Pentacles, wondering when and things are going to change, and when are things going to finally, you know, take root and be grounded and not continue this cycle, which just continues to lead, which feels like it's just leading to heartbreak. I feel like if you do not address, because I mean, you got the same card came out twice, the overall energy and then the overall energy. So I feel like you may have been asking a question like, when does this cycle end? If you keep pushing down what needs, that is at the surface that needs to be addressed, that is when you finally address that, I feel like it's when that cycle is going to end. I feel like it's always been in your hands. You know, Spirit can only do so much. He'll lead, he'll guide. But if he's leading and guiding you, and it could be to something that is painful, you know, we push that down, or we don't want to address it, thinking, well, we'll deal with it later. That cycle is just going to continue. Ace of Wands speaks of a new beginning, new imaginations. Also with this, you know, the Ace of Swords is clarity and truth. But with this fire, this burning fire, oh, excuse my nail, it broke. This fire is burning up the nets or the bondage that was holding your thoughts captive. You're holding your thoughts in the same spot that it's always been, and not thinking broader. You know, with this person, even though their eyes is closed, you see the tears because they still can feel. Even though it looks like they don't personally or visibly can see with their eyes open, they still feel and know, and it's still causing hurt and causing pain because something hasn't been addressed. The bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups. The love, everything that you're desiring, it feels like it's being poured out, it's being spilled, and it's not being accepted, it's not being received. And I feel like it's because of this introspection, whatever it is, as painful as it is, that you don't want to face. I feel like it's inevitable. It's inevitable. The other card I kept seeing during the pre-shuffle was the Temperance card, which is a balance. It's tempering. It's also alchemy, which goes along with the Magician card. It's what do you need to do to balance, to make things right? What you need to do to get off what path that you're on that you feel like isn't going anywhere. Knight of Pentacles. It's like, what's following you? What's following you that you're choosing not to look at? This baggage. You know, these are Pentacles, but this card is speaking, the baggage is following you. You're walking, you're doing your thing, you're carrying on, but yet it's following you. You haven't addressed it. Yeah, it's you're not addressing it. It's just gonna continue to follow you. All right, let's get one more. And I feel like this is what you're desiring. You're desiring justice. You're desiring balance. But all along, you're saying how, when, is it even possible? I feel like there's torment going on within, the temptations to continue down the same road that you've been on that's kept you where you are. But I feel like you know that there's more. You desire more. Like, it can't possibly stay here. Our Spirit, tell us this Hermit, what are they not seeing? What is it that they need to see? A heartbreak. And it's breaking your own heart. I feel over and over again. You're desiring to know why your heart is broken. You're desiring to know why your heart isn't healed in certain areas. It's because I feel like you're choosing not to look at it. I feel like it surfaces and then you deal with it in your way by snuffing it down and doing something else as some type of distraction. Our Spirit, we have this Six of Cups. What is it they need to know? Page of Pentacles. And I feel like it doesn't have to be done all at one time. I'm hearing small steps, just like with the steps. It's a process. I feel like Spirit has maybe even already mentioned some things, and you may think, oh, well, that's just trivial, or that's just something small. But I feel like that's all Spirit is wanting you to do. Take that one thing and offer it. Expose it. Go through it. Heal through it. Feel it. Whatever it is, as much as it hurt, you know, that's what the dark night of the soul is. The dark shadow. I'm probably saying it wrong. But when you think of that, it's not rainbows and hush puppies or rainbows and unicorns. You know, it is painful. It does hurt. But on the other side, you know, this Ace of Pentacles is a solid foundation. You know, just like with these roots, it can take root finally. It can take root. This can be the beginning and flourish. You know, the next one after that is the Ace of Wands, you know, burning up all these things that has kept your mind contracted or in the same wavelength of thinking the same way. You know, you can dry your tears. This person has a tear. Why? Because it's in their head. They're feeling it and not doing anything about it. Look at that. The bottom of the deck is the Ace of Swords, which is truth. Our Spirit, tell us, how can they take root for this Ace of Pentacles? This is what they desire. Four Wands, celebrate. I'm hearing celebrate the wins. Celebrate all of the wins. The Four Wands is a card of celebration. It's higher commitment, but you have to celebrate your wins. You have to celebrate where you are, what you've accomplished. That invokes the attitude of gratitude. Look at that. Recognition, success. And Six of Wands is on the bottom. Spirit, tell us what should be their focus as this clarity comes. What is the focus? Ooh, that fell. Look at that. That's what fell. The Five of Swords. Winning at all costs. If you was at a basketball game, I'm seeing someone or football. I'm seeing someone in the stands like yelling, screaming, ah, yeah, go team. And you cheering on your team with all your might. I feel like Spirit's saying, do that for your own self. You know, look at that. The bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. What do you need to offer yourself of love? What type of love? Outrageous love, clarity, apologies do you need to offer to your own self? You know, but winning at all costs for yourself, overcoming whatever is surfacing, whatever's being illuminated, overcoming that. All right, Spirit, what are their strengths? What is their strengths? Ten of Pentacles, because I feel like you're keeping your eye on the prize. That's always been a prize. That's always been a goal, is to reach the Ten of Pentacles, which is completion, abundance, it's legacy, triumph. I'm hearing. I feel like this has always been your goal, is to hold on to that. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Uh-oh. That is the motherly, the caring, nurturing. And I feel like that is what that's what you've been hearing for yourself of what you need to do. Look at that bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups, but I feel like in a way that you're refusing it. For some reason, you're refusing it. You may feel like you don't know how to. Maybe you shouldn't. You may be feeling guilty too. But it's time to mother and nurture yourself. That's how you get justice. That's how you get balance within yourself, so that you can obtain the prize. And this prize may be different for everybody. Uh-oh, bumping the camera. Sorry. I got some new cards. So Spirit, give us a channeled message. Here's a channeled message that they need to hear. This specifically for them, just directly to them, as if you was whispering it in their ear. Make waves. That is awesome. And when I saw that, I heard, don't you dare be ashamed of who you are. Whatever it's surfacing, that is illuminating. It could be something from the past, something that, like I said in the beginning, you might have pushed down or squashed, hid. For whatever reason, Spirit wants to bring it to the surface so they can be healed. Right? So it can be healed. And so that make waves, like, don't be ashamed of who you are. So it's your turn to make a splash and and rock a few creaky boats. Don't be afraid to get wet. You may fail, you may look foolish, or you may make people think in a new way. Every great trailblazer and change maker made waves. You're no different. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's your time. If you've been hiding yourself, if you've been looking, just constantly looking within but never doing anything because of shame, because of guilt, and it's put you in this hermit and this aloneness state, let's make a wave. Make a wave and get out of there. But this wave to cause the fish to fly out, right? And so I feel like that is what Spirit is saying. You know, that it's your time. Begin to celebrate who you are, because you are worthy. Take this love and care that you give everybody else and put it on your own self. All right, guys. These cards are spoken. Till next time.